Today, we're going to pop the hood on the human body and see how it becomes this incredible high-performance machine when we exercise. It is a fantastic story of challenge, response, and just mind-blowing adaptation. Let's get right into it.
You know that feeling, right? The first few minutes of a workout where your body has to suddenly go from 0 to 100. It feels like a switch flips. Well, it is so much more than just your muscles burning or your heart pounding away. What's really going on is this perfectly timed, super complex sequence of events, all unfolding inside trillions of your cells at once. It's just amazing. And what's super interesting is that every single type of exercise is like a unique puzzle for your body to solve. I mean, the demands of a long, steady run are completely different from that short, explosive power you need for a heavy lift or a sprint. So this isn't just going to be a list of boring biological facts. No, this is a story. Every single workout is a challenge you throw at your body, and its response is just a masterclass in adaptation, both right there in the moment and for the long haul. So what is the very first problem your body needs to solve? It's what you could call an energy crisis. Your muscles are screaming for fuel, and they need it like right now. Let's break down how your body deals with that sudden demand. You know, your body is an absolute genius when it comes to managing energy. For those first few seconds of a really explosive move, think a jump or a max effort sprint. It uses the ATP-PC system. That's like a tiny built-in instant power pack. Then, for the next minute or two, anaerobic glycolysis takes over, burning stored sugar without needing oxygen. But for anything longer than that, the body has to shift gears to its most efficient engine, aerobic metabolism. And right at the heart of that long-haul system are these guys, the mitochondria. You've probably heard of them as your cellular power plants. During any sustained activity, these little engines just hum to life, using oxygen to burn through fats and carbs for a huge, super efficient energy payoff. And the more these you have, the bigger and more powerful your engine is. Simple as that. Okay, so your body is making all this energy. Awesome. But now you've got a logistics problem. How in the world do you deliver all that fuel and the oxygen you need to burn it to every single muscle cell that's working hard? Well, the cardiovascular system basically goes into overdrive. Your heart rate shoots up, of course, but what's really crucial is that your stroke volume, that's the amount of blood your heart pushes out with each beat, also gets a massive boost. So instead of using a little teacup to move water, you've suddenly switched to a giant bucket. Every single pump is way more powerful. And that combo means your total cardiac output just skyrockets, and your body brilliantly reroutes blood straight to the muscles that are screaming for it. And to keep that blood supplied with oxygen, your lungs, the body's vents, have to work just as hard. You don't just breathe faster, you also start taking much deeper breaths, increasing what's called tidal volume. It's the difference between taking little, shallow sips of air and these huge, lung-filling gulps. The whole system just gets way more efficient at yanking oxygen into your bloodstream. All right, so now we get to move from those immediate, in-the-moment responses to what is honestly the most amazing part, the long-term upgrades. This is where your body, because of consistent training, literally starts rebuilding its own hardware to be better, stronger, and way more efficient. Let's start with the engine parts themselves, your muscle fibers. As you can see here, you've got two main types. Type 1, or slow twitch, fibers are your marathon runners. They are packed with mitochondria, they're super resistant to fatigue, and they are built for the long haul. Type 2, or fast twitch fibers, are the exact opposite. They're your sprinters, built for short, explosive power. And the cool thing is, training can actually change the characteristics of these fibers to make them better for whatever sport you do. And just look at the long-term changes here. They're just profound. A trained body is fundamentally different from an untrained one. For instance, your resting heart rate actually drops. It's a thing called bradycardia in athletes because your heart is now a much stronger, more efficient pump. It's pushing more blood with every single beat. And that efficiency, plus more capillaries delivering oxygen, means your body becomes a high-performance engine even when it's just idling. So how do we actually measure this massive upgrade in engine performance? Well, the gold standard is a metric called VO₂ max. To put it simply, it is the absolute ceiling of your body's ability to take in, transport, and then use oxygen. To give you some perspective, a sedentary adult might have a VO₂ max around 35, but an elite endurance athlete, they can be over 85. It is a direct measure of your engine's horsepower. This graph shows it perfectly. As you exercise harder and harder, your oxygen consumption goes up and up until it hits a plateau. It just levels off. That plateau, that's your VO₂ max. It's your aerobic limit. But the truly amazing thing is that with training, you can physically raise that ceiling, which gives you a whole new level of performance to unlock. And along with VO2 max, training also raises another super important number, your lactate threshold. This is basically the point where that fatigue-inducing stuff, lactate, starts to build up faster than your body can clear it out. By pushing that threshold higher, you can sustain a harder pace for much, much longer before you feel like you're going to hit the wall.
But listen, this stuff is not just for elite athletes trying to win medals. Not at all. These principles of adaptation have a massive, lifelong payoff for our everyday health. So why does all this matter to you and me? This image of a clinical stress test shows you exactly why. The very same science that's used to squeeze every last drop of performance out of an Olympian is also used to diagnose heart conditions, manage chronic diseases, and literally prescribe exercise as medicine. So the takeaway here is crystal clear. A body that's adapted to exercise is just better at handling, well, everything. It's more effective at managing conditions like type 2 diabetes and high blood pressure, and even helping someone recover from a heart attack. Understanding this stuff isn't just for athletes, it's really the foundation of modern preventative medicine.
And this quote really just says it all, doesn't it? The story of sports physiology is a story of beautiful, harmonious adaptation. It's a powerful reminder of the incredible potential that's already built right into our own biology.
So that really just leaves us with one final thought. Knowing that your body is literally designed to rise to whatever challenge you give it, and to rebuild itself stronger than it was before, what challenge are you going to choose to give it?